Appetite for Records here, and today I'm going to be showing off my collection of monster slash sound effect records and horror movie soundtracks. These are kind of and not in particular order. They unfortunately got unsorted and I didn't sort them back before the video. But anyway, let's get started. We have Dawn of the Dead, aka Zombie. This is an Italian release, I think. Cinevox. I think it's Italian. I think I had to import this one, but it was actually cheaper than getting the American Dawn of the Dead release, and it's the same tracks, same quality too. So I'm very happy to have that. I kind of like this cover better than the American release, anyway. So this one's a repressing, but it's Suspiria, also by Goblin. The Zombies also by Goblin. If you did not know, Dawn of the Dead. Suspiria is just as good, if not better, than Dawn of the Dead soundtrack. It's debatable. It's debatable. This is a repressing, unfortunately, because it was cheaper. Still kind of pricey for a repressing, like $25, I think. The real thing's like way up there. But I heard the quality is good. This was just a someone kind of put Castlevania music from the NES video games, but used the London Calling picture as like a kind of like a tribute, because he's got the whip there. This is done by Moonshake Records. This in particular release was number 460 out of 666. Somewhat of a limited release. I barely got in on this, but it's really cool. This is one you got to play it in 45 speed. Yeah, some of the soundtracks are more towards the bottom again. Things got out of whack. Monsters Speak, a classic. I had to repurchase this. I had a copy of this when I was younger. It was actually a hand-me-down from a cousin of mine. But my aunt would give me the hand-me-downs from my cousin all the time. And this was one of them. I played this a lot back then, but all my old records got lost. But my childhood ones got lost before I was barely a teenager. I think my mother got rid of them. This one I think is warped. I have one of these similar to this is warped. One isn't warped. I think this is the warped one. It's Boris Karloff, Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and Rip Van Winkle. And I might try to unwarp it. I heard about putting it between books for many months might work, but I haven't attempted it yet. Motion picture soundtrack to Dracula, the Frank Langella Dracula. I found this in the dollar bin and I couldn't resist. I actually have two copies of this. It's out of order, but I guess we'll just show the other one later. I think I see it down below, though. This is an original pressing of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Not in the best condition, really scratchy and crackly. The user lied about it. He said it was in mint condition. I almost returned it, but I have a repressing, so I really should have returned it, but I got a great deal on it, so it's Music to Be Murdered By. I didn't say that, Dirk. Music to Be Murdered By, the controversial cover, because they eventually re-released it with a white cover. This is another bad purchase of mine, but it was a repressing of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is not good pressing, and not a good pressing. I only bought it because I was buying another record on a website, and they had like free shipping, or maybe it was a discount on the second record, I can't remember. So I decided just to go for it, because there's only like a little bit of difference between the price I paid plus the free shipping and getting another record. And I took a chance, and it was a bad pressing. One of my favorite finds of all time in the dollar bin, the Trick or Treat soundtrack. It's decent quality. It's a little scratchy, but it's not bad. It's pretty damn good for $1. Probably one of my favorite records of all time, and I actually didn't even know about this until I bought it as a impulse. This is actually heavy metal music, but it's the soundtrack to Trick or Treat by the hair metal band Fastway. This is awesome, awesome stuff. This I don't even know what this is. I don't even know why I'm showing this. I'm showing this because it's got King Kong on the front. Doesn't really count. It's mainly theme songs to movies done by some other band, probably some orchestra. But it's got the main theme from King Kong. It's got the Omen on there, so. Here starts my Waxwork Records. Thanks to Waxwork Records, I've been wasting money that I shouldn't have wasted. But, and, because I can't afford to buy all of them, and there's new ones coming out that I can't afford. Here we go, we got Krampus, because The Thing just got released today, and I don't got no money for it. I want The Thing. I missed out on Mad Monster Party 2, but I couldn't really afford to get it. Black Christmas, which is pretty cool too. The Krampus actually has the picture discs, but you can find that online. I don't feel like taking them out. Nosferatu, which I think is the 1979 movie, or 1978. 1978 it says, originally released. That's pretty cool too. The movie's pretty good too. This is out of order. I'm actually going to put this one down below. I can put it right there. Salem's Lot. This is one of my favorite movies, horror movies of all time. I loved this movie since I was a child. It scared the crap out of me when I was a child, especially with the little kid scratching on the window, floating in from the mist. That scared the crap out of me as a kid. And I think the movie still holds up. That artwork is just amazing. Let's look at this on the inside. Amazing. Amazing. I should have opened up those other ones. It's too late now. This one actually is not Waxwork, so I'll put that on the bottom. We have The Howling that they just released. Another one of my favorite movies. I would put The Howling and Salem's Lot in my top 5 horror movies of all time. Oh, this is just the wrapper, but the artwork is pretty cool on this one too. I kept the wrapper because it's got the sticker on there. I like to keep the stickers. Sometimes I can't get I like to take the stickers off and put them on the sleeves, but sometimes they use some strong glue on these things, and they don't want to come off without ripping the sticker. So I just keep the plastic. Friday the 13th 3D. Unfortunately, it's not the 3D variant. They had the, what do you call that material? Oh, I forgot what it's called already. But it's okay. You can actually take some, those Chromo Depth 3D glasses, and it'll make this look almost just like the 3D variant. Because it brings everything out, especially the reds. Actually, you can see the artwork better without that material on the front of it. My first Waxwork Records, because it was on sale, I think it was only like $15 maybe. It was for Trick or Treat, the movie. Pretty cool too. And here, this one actually is not Waxwork. I think this is Mondo. But it's Army of Darkness. Unfortunately, it's not the rarer version with the spiral colored discs. It's just the black vinyl, but that's okay. I can't wait for Evil Dead to come out this year from Waxwork. Evil Dead 2, I mean. Here we have Clockwork Orange. I need an upgrade for this one. It's good, but it's pretty scratchy in some areas. It's pretty damn scratchy. I want an upgrade for this. One of the best soundtracks of all time. Even though it doesn't have every song from the movie on there, though. The rest of these, I believe, are all monster and sound effect records. One of my favorites of all time is the House of Terror. Also released with an alternate cover. It's called A Story of What's the actual title for it? Derp. A Story of Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman. Yeah, it's actually released with that, just with that one record alone. It has a different cover called A Story of Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman. But they re-released it by Parade Records. It was really originally released by Power Records, but Parade Records re-released it and called it House of Terror with a better cover, in my opinion, way better cover, and a bonus record with some more ghostly stories and songs. But this is like it's got like a comic book in here that you read along as you're, I don't want to ruin that, mess it up, you know. You read along as you're listening to the record. The best picture is, of course, in the middle here, when he reveals himself to be Dracula. Let's find out where that's at. I like to show that picture off. For I am Dracula. That might be my favorite, because I had this as a child as well. But I had the other version. I had the one record version with the other cover as a child. But of course my mother gave all those away. Two records with the same name, but they're both different records. Chilling, Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House by Disneyland Records. Both these are good, and this one is called New. I think all they did was just add the word New Chilling, Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House. And it's a whole different record altogether. Here's that repressing of Alfred Hitchcock, Music to be Murdered By. It's a good pressing, so good enough. Monster Mash, Sounds of Terror. I think I've only listened to this one once, but it's cool. Oh, this one I splurged on because I didn't even know this existed until I was searching around online, and I got this on Discogs. Hammer presents Dracula with Christopher Lee. That is totally awesome, and it's an awesome record with Christopher Lee talking on the record, narrating. Couldn't think of the word narrating. When I do a video, sometimes words they don't come to me. The most common of words, and they just don't come to me when I'm trying to think on the fly doing a video. But it's really, really cool. Also, one of my favorite records of all time, because I had this was a child as well, Sounds to Make You Shiver. Probably for a sound effects record, this is my all-time favorite, because I had this as a child, nostalgia and all that. This is my favorite sound effects record. The other one that I said I had as a child is really a story record. And I put Famous Monsters Speak just below that other one. The Story of Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman. And lastly, someone sent me this in a deal. I think I bought this off someone off one of the Facebook groups. It was Famous Ghost Stories. I only listened to this one once, and I don't remember it. I'll have to listen to this one again. It's either this one or the other one that's warped. I got them both from the same guy. But I need to try to get them unwarped. Which one is warped. I already forget which one's warped. I keep forgetting. So that's everything for my monsters, sound effects, and sound effect records. Soundtrack records. I can't even talk. And I hope to get more, because Evil Dead 2 is coming out this year. The Exorcist is coming out by Waxwork Records, both of them. The Thing just came out, but I can't afford it. I have no money right now. None at all. All the stuff I want, and I can't get. But that's life. So, thanks for watching.